I'd say Islam. Islam's so scary. I had a nightmare that I had to fight him. I woke up and I was like, oh God, thank God that was real, because I would knock that out.
Oh shit!
No,
you said it here first.
No, I actually woke up and I was like, I thought I was gonna walk out and fight Islam.
You mean just because the way he can just grab onto you and just
he's so well-rounded, just skilled. But I'd say Islam's probably like that next.
What about?
He's the former UFC lightweight champion, a man once crowned the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Islam Makhachev has built his name on being a complete martial artist, dominant on the ground, precise on the feet, and calm under pressure. Few fighters have mastered the balance of power and technique the way he has. But what do his fellow fighters really think about how far he's come? Let's dig into what some of the sport's biggest names have said about the unstoppable rise of Islam Makhachev. One person who knows him better than almost anyone is former two-division champion Daniel Cormier, a close teammate and longtime friend of the Dagestani star.
There's been moments where we're in practice and I'm going with Khabib or Islam and I'm the big guy. So generally, a smaller guy gets on top of you. When you decide it's over, you just throw him off you. No technique, no skills. You just literally grab him and you kind of throw him off you. I'm grappling with Islam once and I try to throw him off of me, but he's still there. And so I give him a little harder shove and he's still there. Next thing you know, I'm grappling at 100% because the dude's that strong. But again, I had never really grappled with him in that way, like at a decent pace. So I didn't recognize the strength when he was trying to keep me down.
It's not every day you hear a world-class wrestler like Daniel Cormier talk about being surprised by someone else's strength, especially when that person weighs 50 or 60 pounds less. But that's exactly what happened the first time Cormier trained with Islam. Despite the size difference, DC said Islam's strength and control were unreal. Coming from a man who has competed against heavyweights, that's serious respect. For years, Cormier has said Islam is the perfect fighter to carry on Khabib Nurmagomedov's legacy. And after feeling that raw power himself, he's more convinced than ever. Still, no one on earth knows Islam quite like Khabib.
Islam was my father's favorite student. He was like very favorite student. I know I'm his son, and when I watch all students, Islam was his favorite student. And he always tell me, you're 3 years older than me. When you become champion, when you become a little bit full, your fire, your hungry a little bit go down, Islam gonna come up. I was like, what are you talking about? But right now, look, I was champion. I defend my title 3 times. I finish. Islam right now is like 10 win streak in UFC. One of the biggest win streak in UFC history. And I really believe he's gonna become champion. Why I talk about Islam? Because this is my father's legacy. And I really want he become champion. You guys gonna see me like a lot next couple years. I'm not gonna let you guys miss me, you know. I told you, Islam gonna take him to the deep ocean and make him tough. People have to understand, Islam is very good. I told you, Islam on another level. Doesn't matter who. I love this guy. We grew up together. He was my father's favorite student. A couple hours ago, you guys was talking about Charles gonna finish this guy. It was Charles Oliveira time. All world was talking about him. Now Islam make him easy. Now you guys gonna forget about Charles Oliveira. Doesn't matter who. We just want to fight with the best because Islam is the best.
When Khabib talks about how his late father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, viewed Islam, it's always emotional. Abdulmanap spotted something special in Makhachev early on: discipline, focus, and an instinct for grappling that few others had. He believed Islam could become a world champion one day, and while he didn't live long enough to see it happen, his vision came true. Islam followed the exact path laid out for him, climbing the ranks with the same work ethic that Khabib became famous for. Recently, Islam proved his toughness again when he went toe-to-toe with Dustin Poirier in a war that pushed both men deep into the championship rounds.
Can you compare his style of grappling to Khabib's?
Takedowns are different. Pressure's similar. Takedowns are a little different. He does a lot of upper body stuff. He kept trying to clinch up with me. Khabib would shoot lower shots. I think Khabib was stronger, physically stronger. Islam's squeeze was incredible. That torque he got in that Darce choke, and it was like a vice, you know, it was like a vice grip. Like, I knew he was tough. I knew he was going to be strong. I knew he had grit. You know, you don't get in the position he's in by not having all all of those things. You have to have everything.
And that takedown leading into the final sequence, I mean, that was pretty high-level stuff, right?
Yeah, and I saw people saying like, "Oh, Dustin, I've never even seen that before." I've seen it. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time. I've seen it before. I just didn't think it was about to happen right there.
Did you feel like he was getting tired?
We were both fatigued just from fighting hard, but I don't think he was anywhere close to. He could have done another 5 minutes, no doubt. Both of us, our punches are going to be a little slower. Our legs are a little tired, but neither one of us was tired. We could have kept going.
Man, honestly, similar to Khabib, his movement is really strange. The timing of it is really strange to get his cadence. I wanted to open up more and throw more volume, but when he would commit to the pocket, he would exit weird. His dips with his head, I heard my corner telling me throw the knee the whole time, but I just felt like I might get taken down off of it. And his movement is it's kind of awkward. It's a weird timing, so I couldn't get good combinations going. But everything else was what I expected.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier gave Islam one of the toughest battles of his career. He made the fight messy, forcing Islam to adapt and fight outside his comfort zone. But when it came down to the final moments, Makhachev showed why he's one of the best finishers in the sport. His submission game is sharper than ever, and that 5th round ending was proof of how dangerous he's become. Now, the focus shifts to Islam's next huge challenge, moving up to welterweight to face champion Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 322 in Madison Square Garden.
I think Islam Makhachev is a better version of Bilal. I even think it's the striking on the feet, I think it's easier than Bilal because he'll stay in one stance. He's more traditional style. But yeah, he's the pound for pound #1, so it's a tough fight, but I guess we'll watch all his fights again, make a solid game plan, and then just start working at it. From pretty much now, I'm going to start working on ways to beat him, different ways to get back to my feet, stuff in the takedown, but I'm pretty confident I can get this one.
The big question now is whether Islam can handle the size and power of welterweights. Jumping from 155 to 170 pounds is no small change, and Jack Della Maddalena isn't just any opponent. He's one of the best boxers in the UFC with precision striking and knockout power. The matchup will test Islam's timing, strength, and defense in a whole new way. But one thing fans respect most about Makhachev is his willingness to take risks. Heavyweight contender Tom Aspinall even praised him for always stepping up even when the circumstances aren't ideal.
Islam did what he was supposed to do. Went out there, fought whoever was put in front of him, which is what a champion's supposed to do. Fought the guy that the UFC told him to fight, and he got the win. And he's levels above anybody else in that division. He's going to hold the belt for a long, long time, and that is something that I'm very excited for because I'm a massive Islam Makhachev fan.
It turns out Tom Aspinall is a massive Makhachev supporter. He's mentioned many times how much he admires Islam's technical ability and calmness under pressure. As someone who started in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu before dominating in MMA, Tom sees the finer details in Islam's game that casual fans might miss. Aspinall's own all-around skill set shows shades of that same Dagestani discipline, and it wouldn't be surprising to see him pull off an Islam-style performance one day. If you're enjoying these insights, hit the like button and let us know your thoughts below. Even fighters who've clashed with Islam's camp can't help but respect him, Tony Ferguson being one of them.
Makhachev, I'm going to tell you, somebody was telling me, who do you think's a better wrestler? Was it Makhachev or was it Khabib? And I think Makhachev is a better grappler, honestly. I think he's a little bit faster. I think with Khabib, I think he's just a little bit more, not timid of the freestyle that Makhachev presents, but I think Makhachev, he's not going to do so bad at 170. I think he'll be all right.
Tony Ferguson's rivalry with Khabib is legendary, but surprisingly, he's spoken respectfully about Islam's talent. Whether he's being genuine or just poking fun at Khabib, Tony has never shied away from giving credit where it's due. Many fans say Islam's dominant win over Charles Oliveira was the fight that finally gave us an idea of what Khabib versus Ferguson might have looked like. The result wasn't close. Islam controlled every moment, leaving fans to wonder if Khabib would have done the same. It's one of those unanswered questions that still fascinates fight fans.
Makhachev, can he fill the shoes of a George St. Pierre one day? He's amazing. I think right now he's the best pound for pound right now. His last few performances, just amazing. An amazing showcase of heart too, because he had a bad cut on his forehead, and Poirier gave him a tough time. I think that fight gonna make Makhachev even better because these are the fight that make you grow. In terms of skill, Makhachev right now is the best fighter, but that doesn't mean if you're the best that you always win.
When legends speak, people listen, and Georges St-Pierre, one of the all-time greats, has nothing but respect for Makhachev. GSP has praised Islam's balance of wrestling, striking, and mental composure, calling him one of the most complete athletes in the sport today. Michael Chandler, another elite fighter, shares that view. Even without facing him in the Octagon, Chandler says it's clear Islam is operating at a championship level that few ever reach.
Is the best lightweight in the world by far with his performances. And I have no problem saying that. His hands are getting better. He just outstruck Poirier. He can outgrapple anybody. And I think he truly is doing it for more. He's got something deeper that he's fighting for. He's fighting for an entire village, an entire portion of the country, an entire religion, and an entire legacy for himself and also Khabib and Khabib's father.
So what do you think about Islam Makhachev's incredible journey? Has he already cemented his place among the greatest fighters in UFC history? Or does he still have more to prove? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more fight breakdowns, and keep supporting the channel. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next deep dive into the world of MMA.